Hey y'all, it's Michael, and this is just a small book haul from the book that I previously bought when we went to Atlanta for the Beyonce concert, and then two books that I just purchased recently that I wanted to show you guys. So let's just get started. Usually, I don't buy a lot of books new just because I mentioned this before. I always buy them like at book sales, like when schools provide book sales, or like when the library has their book sale, or whenever um, like Goodwill is really my Goodwill. There's one Goodwill in my city that is really good at books. Like they have some incredible books there that a lot of them are great, especially if you know how the system works. You can get some really great prices. Like I found books there for 50 cents, which is so good. But the first book was at the Perimeter Mall. A library was having their book sale, and it was incredibly cheap. I bought these first 12 books for only, oh, it's heavy. It's in this box that they just reused, but, I mean, not box, in this bag that they just reused. And, okay, I'm gonna put it down. I purchased these 12 books for $18, which I think is fantastic. Because all of them are actually in great condition. The first one is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, translated by Richard Pevier and Larissa Volokhonsky. There's that. Okay, so I already have a version of this already, and the reason why I bought this one is because I heard really good things about Pevier and Volokhonsky's translation. I heard it's really great, and it has the feel and really close to the Russian, so their translation is really good. The reason why I picked this up because I wanted him because I have their version of War. It's right over there, staring in my face. War and Peace. I like read half of it, and for some odd reason I stopped. I need to get back into it. I just have the basic Barnes and Noble edition, and I just wanted this one just because it's just a nicer edition. It has French flaps and it has deckled edges. So one of these days I will finish this. Me and my friend, we always like when one of us start on this book because she likes to read every once in a while. When she starts on this book and then she just like gets halfway through, and then I start on it and I get like maybe 25% through it. I just need to hunker down one time and just read it. But yeah, there's that. The next one is selected poems. The selected poems of Nikki Giovanni. I picked this up because first off, obviously I really enjoy poetry, and I've never read any poetry by Nikki Giovanni. This is an awesome book cover, by the way, but I just wanted to read a poem book. Now I don't know if she is actually on the Lemonade syllabus. I have seen her name. I believe that Lemonade syllabus, in case you guys don't know, it's really long. So I think I've seen her name on there somewhere, probably. I don't know, but yeah, that's the only reason why I got it, because for some odd reason, I correlated it with Lemonade, so I just bought it, and I'm hoping to read to it soon. I'm hoping her poetry is really good. All right, the next one is another poem book. Poems by Maya Angelou. I I read I know why the no yeah I know why the cage bird sing. Oh my god, why did I forget that? And I have not read her poetry, so I'm excited to read it. Like I just never owned one of her poetry books, so I'm excited to read this. Yeah, this is one of them. Yeah, this was so cheap. This was like, I think this sign was like $1 or something like that. The next one is Okay, so after I purchased this, I think I already have this book, but oh well, it was like $1. So it's Parting the Waters, America in the King's Years, 1954 through to 63 by Taylor Branch. This won the Pulitzer. If that means anything nowadays. um, but yeah, this is apparently basically about the civil rights movement. I'm assuming, anyways, because during this time with I look at, I'm assuming King's Year. Okay, yeah. In my reading history, I don't read that many books, like I don't read a lot of nonfiction in general, which I should probably do some more. But I haven't read that much during and about the Civil War. Um, so I'm trying to remedy that, but this is one of them. This book is a chunker. The thing though is I also let me put this down because it's heavy. For 2017, I kind of want to skew my reading because right now I'm reading It by Stephen King. I'm this much through it, um, and I just want to read bigger books, like big, huge books, because I'm finding out that those are the type of books that I'm really enjoying. So I'm gonna try to skew my reading for 2017, and yeah, we'll see. The next one that I found was Maurice by E.M. Forster. I have never read a book by E.M. Forster. What's his other most pop? He has another popular book. What is it? Oh yeah, A Room with a View in Howard's End. Uh, I have never read one of his novels, so I just saw this and I was like, sure, why not? Oh, this takes place in Cambridge. I've been to Cambridge. And then the next one that I got was The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. Now, let me tell you about this. I tried to listen to this literally. Okay, so my library has the audiobook of this. I literally listened to it for 5 minutes and I stopped it. And that was because I was like, oh, I need to physically read this because it is really dense. Like that first 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I like really. This is the thing about buying a lot of used books. You find really weird stuff in it. It's a GoDaddy. It's a GoDaddy bookmark, but whatever. I was like, okay, I need to read this physically. I have never read a book by Rushdie before. I have heard good things, but I just never actually read one. The next one is now this is a Barnes and Noble version, but it was $1. So it is The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. Again, I have never read a Henry James book. Good God, this is freaking huge. I'm hoping to get to this soon. I have nothing else to say about that. The next one is The Content of Our Character, A New Vision of Race in America by Shelby Steele. I'm assuming, anyways, it's obviously about race, and I am I'm really interested, in case you haven't noticed from the past few books that I've been reading and listening to, that I'm really, it's like, I don't know what it is, but I have been really interested in race relationships in the past few months. And I don't know if it's because of the current events, but I have just been really interested in it. My sister's husband, I guess, yeah, my sister's husband actually recommended me a few books, so that's interesting. So there's the next one is The BFG by Roald Dahl. I have never read this one. I actually have never read. Have I read a Roald Dahl book? I must have had when I was young, but I'm not gonna lie. The first time I've ever saw The Witches, have y'all seen that one? That scared the bejeebies out of me when I was a little kid. Obviously, I have watched Matilda, which is awesome, but I have never read the BFG actually, and I'm hoping to remedy that soon. This is really short, and maybe I'll watch the movie. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think about it. I don't know if it's good or not. Okay, the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this. One of my favorite books ever is probably like if I had to rank it, probably like 11, 12, somewhere around there. Especially when I was growing up, is Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Oh my gosh, I love that book so much. And I currently listen to it. I read it when I was a kid, and then as an adult now. A few months ago, I listened to it, and it still holds up. That book is fantastic. If you have never read this book, I would highly recommend it. It is so good. And I just want to preface that because one of the books that I was actually recommended when I was a little kid was this, Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. I remember when I was a little kid, after I finished, it was before or after, I don't know, my mind is when I was a kid. Before or after I finished Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, this book was like, I like lasered onto it. So I'm assuming this is about jazz. Okay, this takes place during the depression, it looks like. But I'm really excited to read this because I've wanted to read this for a really long time. So, yay! It's one of those books where, like, it reminds me a lot of my childhood, especially reading growing up. The next one is another Leo Tolstoy novel that I found, which is Haji Murat. Okay. Translated by Hugh Alpin, Hugh Applin, excuse me. So this, I just saw this next to that Leo Tolstoy, to that Anna Karenina, and I was like, you know what? This might be good to read because first off, it's really short compared to Anna Karenina, which is like 1,000,000 pages. And then the next one from this, the last one from this, is The Dog Stars by Peter Heller. I saw this book. The reason why I got this is I saw this book when it was like it first came out. I saw it like on stands at Barnes and Noble, so I was just intrigued by it. It's a pandemic book. Some sort of flu starts killing everyone. So, yay. Okay, so the next two books, I bought this new. First off, I don't buy a lot of books new, in case you don't know, and it almost pained me to pay this much for these books, but I wanted to buy them new because I just knew I'm never gonna find these books at Goodwill. There's that, and these were from Barnes and Noble. The first book that I purchased. The reason why I purchased this book is because I'm actually going to attempt to go to a signing. The author is actually coming to a town which is like 30-45 minutes away from where I live, which is great because I just want to get it signed, and it was one of my favorite books of last year. I've already read it, and that is Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. I got the book from the library because I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, and I ended up loving it. So I wanted to purchase a brand new spanking hardcover, and get her to sign it because I wanted her to sign it. She's coming. Um, she's going to the city next to me, and I'm just really excited. I'm thinking of vlogging, and I think that'd be fun, like usual. I don't, in case you don't know, like I don't get embarrassed vlogging because I always tell my cousins, like, who always wants to vlog, and I'm like, if you feel awkward, other people around you, and the people watching you will feel awkward. So if you feel like it's just a normal thing that everybody does, you'll be good. The only time I don't vlog is like if people say don't vlog, which, sometimes they do, but that's fine, whatever. But yeah, if you have not read this novel, it's fantastic. It was one of my favorite reads of last year. It's a book written in verse, basically about Woodson's childhood growing up. I loved it. It was so good. I should probably do a reread before I go see her again. It's really short, so I can do it before I get to see her. But so good, so good. And then the last book, I am going to join the read along of this book that Conrad is hosting, and I'm super excited. I saw this edition at my Barnes and Noble, and I just grabbed it, and it is Swanners Way by Marcel Proust. This is In Search of Lost Time. There's like 7 books, so this is the first one, and this is translated by C.K. Scott Moncrief, edited and annotated by William C. Carter. This is the edition where it's the actual text, right, like here, and then there's like notes and whatnot on the side. I think this is the Yale edition, basically. Yeah, the Yale Publishing edition. I'm kind of glad I got this edition because I don't write in my books, but I think this will be great because on the side I can put post-its and leave myself notes, and it has notes about like the references that Proust is talking about, and I think that's really great because this book, I just know for me anyways, it might be a harder novel to grasp and get all the nuances. So I'm excited about this. I know nothing about it at all. So going in blind, I'll leave the information about the read along down below. It starts November, so I'm excited! Yay! So yeah, that's it. Those are all the books that I bought at the book fair sale thingy when we went to Atlanta to go see Beyonce, and then those two books that I just bought like a few days ago. So yes, if you read any of those books, let me know what you think about it. Until then, I'll see you guys till later. Bye.